this special celebration of the International Day of Ayurveda, organized by AMAIUR, which is the Portuguese Ayurvedic Association, and Lusophone University and the Embassy of India in Portugal. Agradecemos a vossa presença e o vosso interesse também em celebrarmos juntos esta maravilhosa sabedoria milenar que é o Ayurveda. O Ayurveda é o sistema mais antigo, tradicional de saúde, praticado de forma contínua desde milhares de anos. Thank you all for your presence and interest in celebrating this wonderful ancient wisdom with us. Ayurveda is the oldest traditional health system practiced continuously for thousands of years. Ayurveda significa a ciência da vida, uma sabedoria milenar sobre como podemos viver uma vida longa com saúde e bem-estar. Ayurveda means the science of life, an ancient wisdom about how we can live a long life with health and well-being. Temos hoje conosco ilustres convidados e palestrantes que vão partilhar do seu conhecimento e experiência sobre a história do Ayurveda, sobre a saúde natural e também sobre como é trabalhar com Ayurveda. Today we have with us distinguished guests and speakers who will share their knowledge and experience about the history of Ayurveda, natural health and what it's like to work with Ayurveda. O meu nome é Gabriela Paleta, sou presidente da Associação Portuguesa de Medicina Ayurveda e serei hoje a vossa anfitriã. I am Gabriela Paleta, I am the president of the Portuguese Ayurvedic Association and I will be your host for the day. Vamos iniciar com uma pequena cerimónia de acender a lamparina. A luz significa a vitória da própria luz sobre a escuridão, do bom sobre o mal e do conhecimento sobre a ignorância. O fogo purifica o espaço e o nosso coração e a nossa mente. We will begin with a small ceremony, the lighting of the lamp. The light symbolizes the victory of the light itself over darkness, good over evil, and knowledge over ignorance. Fire purifies the space, purifies our hearts and our mind. Convido para este efeito o Sr. Embaixador Bonito Cunhal, o Pedro Serra de Matos, a professora Adília Charmier, para aqui ao palco. So I invite the Ambassador, Punit Arkungal, Professor Manas, and Pedro Serra de Matos and Professor Adília Charmier to light the lamp. obrigada a todos por este momento importante, que a luz ilumina as nossas mentes e nos traga também mais sabedoria. Thank you all for this important moment. May this light enlighten our minds and bring also more wisdom to all of us. Vamos agora dar início à sessão de abertura e convido ao palco o Sr. Embaixador Punit Arcundal para o seu discurso. We will start the opening session now with the speech of the Ambassador of India in Portugal, Mr. Punit Arcundal. Please.
Good morning, dear friends, Gabriela, Professor University, the enthusiasts of Ayurveda. I'm really happy to be here this morning on this important conference to celebrate, to learn about the great ancient science of Ayurveda. As you know that Ayurveda is, like Gabriela pointed out, is the oldest medical science in the world. Goes back at least 5,000 years, if not more. The word Ayurveda itself translates into the science of life. And it's not just a system of healing, it's just not a system whereby you cure your diseases. But it's a system that gets into the questions of why are those diseases there in the very first place? And how do we prevent those diseases from happening? I think that is the difference between modern medicine and Ayurvedic medicine, that it's just not the cure. We celebrated the Ayurveda Day on the 23rd of September, a week back, on the Ayurveda Day, which is now being designated as the 23rd of September. And this year, the slogan for the day was Ayurveda for people and planet. I think it's a very important slogan when you say Ayurveda for people, which means people should know about it, it should be spread, people should have awareness about it. And for the planet, more importantly, because there is this entire concept of consumerism, there is the entire concept of destructive tendencies that we have got into as a race, which Ayurveda questions from the very beginning. In today's world, the few facts of life that we face every day are things like stress, pollution, and fast food. All these things combine together to form the basis of any disease, and Ayurveda, on the other hand, reminds us to return to the balance of the mind, body, the soul, what we eat, what we drink, how we think, how we practice our daily lives. Do we incorporate exercise into it? Do we look at yoga? Do we look at meditation? Do we look at sattvic food? Or are we onto the fast food track? That day I spoke about the fact that if you look at the pictures of the 1970s and even the 1980s, anywhere in the world, you will see the people look different. I mean, the rate of obesity in the world has gone up. People are today more prone to lifestyle diseases. And I think it's a very, it's a misnomer when you say lifestyle disease. The disease has happened because of your lifestyle. It's not a disease that you were meant to have, or it's not a disease that you were born with. It's a disease that you created for yourself by your lifestyle. And that creates a separate channel for pharmaceutical companies, for the capitalist investment to earn money out of your lifestyle, which you fostered onto yourself. So Ayurveda takes a step back and questions the reason why is this lifestyle disease happening. You should also look at it from another perspective. If you have a headache, you pop in a paracetamol, a Tylenol, an acetaminophen, whatever name you call it, and your headache goes away. But Ayurveda does not say you take this pill and you will have your cure. Ayurveda says, why did the headache occur in the very first place? Ayurveda takes that second step back and says, it occurred because of factors of this, and this, a disbalance in your system. And the disbalance happened because of these factors. And therefore the treatment of your headache, which is your manifestation, the symbol of your of the problem is treated not as the symptom but the source and the cause behind that entire symptom. And I think that is the strength of Ayurveda. I think it is very apt to say that it is just not an ancient wisdom, and in that sense, it is also a timeless wisdom. Because what Ayurveda says is just not the cure, it says, why do we need the cure in the very first place? Why is the problem there in the very first place? And therefore, obviously, you can see that the path of Ayurveda will never be a quick fix path. It's not based on popping pills and getting solutions, results of that. Another thing that I want to point out is that Ayurveda is no more an individual-based science. There was a time, maybe a few years back, when individual practitioners had different methodologies, individual practitioners had different ways of approaching diseases. They were not wrong. But now there is a system of systematization. We have got into making everything systematic. Let's also look at it like this, that when you're looking at medical research, there is medical research happening all over the world. Whether it is Portugal, or it is Japan, or it is Australia, or it is India, or it is the US, it's Norway. You give me the name of the country and you will have medical research going on in the allopathic medicine field. But the responsibility of doing research in Ayurveda really falls down to a very, very few limited number of countries and limited number of institutions in the world. So I'm happy to tell you that in India we set up the Global Center for Traditional Medicine in Gujarat, in Jamnagar. I was present for the inauguration of that, which was done by Prime Minister Modi. And the idea there is to systematize the entire medical research in Ayurveda and to build that corpus of information, the cause and effect kind of a thing, and thereby make Ayurveda more acceptable to people across the world and not just restricted to the individual-based methods of treatment. We also have other institutions like the All India Institute of Ayurvedic Sciences in Delhi. Again, it's a premium hospital. I was surprised the hospital gets close to 3,000 patients a day who come there, and we had the privilege of having the director of the institution in the last conference that Amayur had organized. She was present there, and it was a treat to hear her that over 3,000 people visit the institute every day for a variety of diseases. But the treatment that they do is not based on guesswork. So you have MRIs, you have CAT scans, you have X-rays, you have ultrasounds, you have doctors with whiteboards and stethoscopes, and you have a proper scientific analysis as you would understand scientific analysis. But the treatment is thereafter is not based on antibiotics or on popping pills. It's based on Ayurvedic principles thereafter. So that is the kind of systematization which is going on in India. I must also point out that in line with this entire process, Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, also launched a mission which was called Mission Life. Now, life stands for lifestyle for environment. And I'm happy to tell you, I was present for its launch as well, where UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres was present as well. The idea behind that is that your lifestyle should not be a burden on the planet. Your lifestyle should be in consonance with the spirit of the planet, with the flow of the planet, in the sense that you must look at things like low waste or zero waste. You must look at reducing consumerism. You must look at reduction of the resources of the planet on yourself. And that's the entire concept of Mission Life. So you can see that Ayurveda, Mission Life, the systematization, the entire lifestyle diseases, they are not separate compartments in your existence. They all are very decently connected with each other. And I think that connect between all of them, the one thread that passes through all of them is the concept of Ayurvedic thought process, which tells you to live healthy, which tells you to live in consonance with nature, which tells you to be wary of what you are doing, which tells you to breathe nicely, you should eat nicely, you should drink nicely, you should take care of your body, you should take care of the planet, you should take care of your family, and everything then falls into place to bring forward a healthy lifestyle. I think, David, that is the kind of spirit with which we are looking at today's conference, and I think that's the entire spirit with which we look at the Day of Ayurveda. And I wish Amayu and thanks to the University of Lusophone for giving us this wonderful space. I look forward to a wonderful day of discussions on this subject, which is really the science of life. Thank you.